Welcome. Yay! We are here for the 2016 predictions of marketing and what's coming. I don't know why I just went all like that, but I did. Tara, how are you doing? It's almost the end of 2015.
I know. That's weird.
I know. It went by fast. God, it really did go by. Well, we say that every year, damn it. So 2015
it didn't go by any faster. And in fact, it's going to take 365 days, like every other year, to go by.
Now, at the end of 2016, we'll have to say it didn't go by as quickly because there will be an extra day.
Right. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to have to bitch about how long my February was.
Yeah, February, God, had a whole extra day. It sucks. It's true. So I was going to say, so let's briefly talk about things we noticed in 2015. First of all, Twitter had a lot of stuff. Twitter went through a lot of changes. We have exploding hearts now. You can actually, on your actual Twitter page, you can see a little thing about your Twitter analytics saying, hey, your tweets did this, click here for the rest. I like that addition, actually.
I'm in love with that. Yep. I like being able to see that.
Mm-hmm. You also don't have to size your pictures a certain way for Twitter. For the feed, it'll adjust, which is very nice. That is so nice. So nice.
Yes, it is.
Oh my gosh. Anything else? Let's see. What else happened? Oh, this platform we're on happened.
Yeah. This one right here.
This one, Blab, right here. What's up, Daryl?
Daryl's here. Hi, Daryl.
Daryl's
here.
Yeah, so Blab happened, which we're excited about because we did know you were coming over here.
Yep.
But Blab happened. Live video streaming happened this year. South by Southwest introed Meerkat, which I've used once. Have you used Meerkat ever?
No.
Okay. I've used Periscope. I've been starting to use that a little more, actually. I plan to use it tomorrow. Yeah, see, Daryl's the same way. So Periscope I've been using every day, but I'm going to use it tomorrow for sure when we are at the Star Wars movie.
Yay!
Not during the movie, but, I'll just be like, look, oh my God. So, did you see Star Wars yet? Have you seen Star Wars yet?
Oh, who, me? No.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking to Daryl. I thought you were talking to Daryl.
Daryl, see? We didn't get opening. Actually, I know. Actually, my husband went over and got tickets. It's a matinee show, and the kids happen to be off school tomorrow, so that's good.
I have a friend whose company rented out an entire theater tomorrow, and so that's what they get to do tomorrow afternoon. Is the entire company just gets to have the whole theater to themselves to watch the movie.
That's pretty nice. That's a big drop
These are the pitfalls of working for myself, is I no longer have those kind of company perks because.
I know. It
costs a lot to rent out an entire theater, but I would invite you all if I could.
I know. They should make something like that for like, hey, and maybe they do have that, where it's like, if you're on your own, just join this group and then we'll go do these big things for you as if you were part of a big company.
Right? They should.
They should.
Well, okay, so I'm going to briefly blip in here with I'm going to disappear and talk.
Do it.
So you and I have a huge project launching the 1st of January. Mm-hmm. And so it kind of, my goal is to make it that big that we can.
Yes. No, I think that's great. I think that would be awesome because then we could make it like where it's like we have a big event. If you're on your own doing social media, digital marketing, be over here.
So when we go in Phoenix, we'd go to a bar would treat us and go, hey, have your meetup here. We'd go have our meetup there, and then some other bar would go, hey, our happy hour prices are cheaper for you, come over here. And so we'd up and leave the bar we were at and run over to that bar. Mm-hmm. And we did that, 150 people in this little thing for more than a year.
Right.
All the time. Yeah.
Well, I can't imagine, well, with all the people that we know and stuff, I can't imagine we can't find some places like that. There's so many cool places in Denver that, if they got Wi-Fi, they could let us come patronize them in a good way, like where we give them dollars so that we could have beers and coffees and drinks and apps and also tweet and stuff.
Speaking of, while I have you on, like I never talked to you any other time. Well, I have you on the line,
I'm all black.
our Sunday game is at Heinz Field. I'm probably going to go to Barrels Beer Company.
Okay.
And they show the game on the wall, and you can bring the kids.
Really interesting. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I may not. It may just be me, because I have more fun without the children, because they're into hockey. We go see the hockey games, and they're not so much into the football. That's okay. Right. That's okay, because we're all, at least the Avalanche are playing well now too. So
yeah, exactly. So anyway, just wanted to. I just looked at my calendar over here and thought,
Hashtag we are Broncos.
Yeah.
Ooh,
what did she call it? Hash browns. Hash browns. We are Broncos.
Hash browns. No Browns. We want the Broncos. Hash Broncos.
Sarah does not realize that we are only about 20 miles apart. She's on one end of town and the other end of town.
I'm on the south side. The south side.
And I'm on the north side.
North side. All right. So let's get into this. 2016. Let's talk about Blab. We're on Blab right now. Blab's kind of tough because, well, it's not tough, but there are changes every day. I want to point one thing out is that over on the right, even the sidebar has changed because now comments are bigger. The icons, like the person's avatar, is way bigger. Daryl, I can see you larger than life over there.
That's right.
So I think that's interesting. But Blab is changing every day. I just noticed this week that if you look over in the top left next to the post to Facebook button, now anyone can embed a Blab. Embed our Blab. Go embed it. But yeah.
What is the point of the table flip? Is that like the equivalent of a mic drop in
I don't know. I feel like it's a frustration thing. Like, I just hate what you said or something. Or I hit that emoticon and then Shrug is like, Okay,
then Sean, can we have a mic drop somehow?
Mic drop.
Putting that out.
So what do we think, Blab? I think Blab is going to, I predict, Blab is going to create some expansion, possibly paid expansion. I hope not. But where they expand how many seats. I think they'll increase it to like you can do up to 8 maybe. And maybe you pay more for that or something like that. That's my prediction right now.
Yeah, I can see that. Like you said, there's something new just about every single day on here. So
there is.
I can see getting up to 8 seats. That would be, can you imagine? They should make the host icon. It'd be like the Brady Bunch, but they should make the host icons bigger than like the panel icons. So
yeah. Well, and I'm trying to think about that. And I like the fact. I mean, they incorporate so much already, where it's like you can get the props, your props right there and stuff like that. They give the host control. I liked Madeline Sklar, who does Twitter, which I want to start doing, and I don't think I had seen this tip until after I scheduled this one. But to put the person's handle, like your guest handle, in the title of your Blab, so that way anytime you tweet it out, the handle's already there. So that's an idea to incorporate that in. But I wonder if that'll be more, if they'll and add in more features to say, hey, if I'm a host, I can go and maybe directly invite someone else to host rather than wait for them to go subscribe to the Blab and so on. But that's what I think is that they'll make it a little more friendly to, to hosts. Yes, they need a volume control. They do need to work on the audio because, at some point during this Blab, and I think we already had it, we're going to feed back at some point. It just happens arbitrarily. So I think they'll hopefully drill down, and again, it's beta, so Blab is in beta. So I think they'll increase their audio technical abilities, their browser capabilities. I think they're going to also add the privacy notion. I bet that they will say it doesn't have to be public. That they'll say I could have a private Blab if I want. I could publicize it on Twitter and say I'm about to have a private Blab, but maybe they'll have people not to come actually enter the Blab. So
yeah. I think that, we need that. I mean, we kind of requested that so we could be private ahead of time so we don't have to Skype and then come to Blab.
Yeah.
Because whether you guys realize it or not, Rachel and I talked for somewhere between 20 minutes and an hour ahead of the show on Skype, which is why I don't know why I didn't mention the Broncos game to her earlier. So that's what we do. So we chat ahead of time, kind of get our ducks in a row and that sort of thing. I would really love to not have to switch platforms to do that. So Sean, if you're listening, dear Sean.
Yes. The pre-show, if you will, so where you can like, can I just get on? And you can, but yeah, as soon as you come on, as soon as you started it, it's public and people can come in and just watch you pre-show. So maybe they'll do something like that, the curtain, if you will. Any other, any sidebar people, do you have any predictions for what else Blab might do this year? Sound them off in the sidebar because we want to know. We want to debate what you say.
Songs,
but yeah.
I'm gonna go get Song and Star's website.
Do it.
Well, you know,
oh, nice. Oh, you are Miss Music Industry.
I am, yeah, or was. I'm not anymore.
All right, I'm going to move on to Twitter since we're kind of kicked the dead horse of Blab. So Twitter obviously is needed. Oh, this might actually tie a little more into Blab too. I don't know if they'll ever move it off of where you have to have a Twitter handle, or if you can get in with a different profile or not. Because right now it is very much bringing over from Twitter. You have to have a Twitter handle to do anything in Blab. So I wonder if they'll change that too, to where at least you just have an email address. But I like the notion that they keep it. This will segue into Twitter, but I like the notion that they keep it tied to where you do have to have a Twitter account to have Blab. But I want to see what that partnership does, if that changes at all this year. You know?
I think it's important, and I like the Twitter partnership better than the Facebook partnership. Frankly, am so sick and tired of Facebook. It's not even funny.
Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah. So Twitter, I'm a fan. I think we should just keep. I think that's great. And I sign into everything using Twitter, and I would much rather do that.
It's short and sweet. It's way easier. For sure.
Yep.
Well, and that's interesting that you bring that up because so many websites have it where, if you're signed into Facebook, you're already in there and you can comment and stuff. But it seems like this last year I've seen it where more platforms like this are inherent to Twitter. So It's not so much the Facebook thing. And I like that notion because it's like, well, at least you're not all having to be on Facebook. That's totally cool. So.
And there's a huge dichotomy between who I interact with and how on Facebook versus Twitter. And I frankly feel like my big girl panties pulled up conversations happen on Twitter.
Great.
Facebook just digresses into these rants and vague books and this horrible negative spiral of gross really quickly.
And it is gross.
Yeah, it's gross.
It's gross. I know. And everybody, I always love little posts you see on there where they're like, you're not going to change anyone's mind on Facebook. Why are you even trying? But it's totally true. Okay, so Twitter, what do we think will change in 2016? I am hoping, please, Jack, don't increase the Twitter character count. Please don't do it.
Oh, God.
Don't do it. I love Twitter for the brevity. Don't do it, Jack. I'm just going to tweet him right now. Say, Jack, don't do it.
I'm doing it.
Don't increase character counts. Okay, if it'll let me fit it in there. What do you think, Daryl? Sorry, I'm totally like typing this out. At Jack, don't increase character count. Because I don't want that to happen. Yes, agreed. Direct messages increased as the length this last year. So, which I really don't use those. So I'm hoping that they don't do that. What was that?
I'm okay with it. With the DM increase. I am not okay with the regular Twitter increase. Mm-hmm. I like the DM increase because if I'm in Twitter, I think that if I'm in Twitter and talking to you and I'm messaging you, it's just a lot easier for me to send you a long note really quick on Twitter or whatever.
Agreed.
I also want. Here's what I want from Twitter. This person has literally tweeted twice. I want my fucking Twitter handle.
I saw something. I'll show you a link. Send you a link later. But I did see that someone had success where it was a Twitter handle and they hadn't used it for 6 months. So they were able to go to they tried to contact the person, no response. So they went to Twitter, and I think it's if you can prove that you have a domain that matches that, which you do. And I'm in the same predicament because I'm going to be seeking out another Twitter handle as well that lines up with the domain I just secured for 2016. So you can do it. And this, I know a person that has success with that. They got their handle. So,
Nice.
so that you can. So if you have, you can send them proof that, hey, I've got the domain. I am the owner of that domain and I intend to use it. Therefore this, and they'll prove that nobody has signed into that account or tweeted from it. You can do it. So that's kind of nice that you can at least get some response.
She started her account literally a month before I started mine, and she has not tweeted since June of 2010, and she has 2 tweets total.
Oh, Lord. Just, yeah. Just like give it to you with a big bow on it.
She really should. She really should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because the website is still in MySpace.
We were talking about that this morning. MySpace, where everyone learned how to HTML code.
Right? That does not make you a web designer.
No, God, no. And I did see a prediction. Someone on that earlier blab I was on this morning said that MySpace looks like, I think Justin Timberlake is going to try to make it more of a music-based page platform. I don't know anything else about
years. And after since Reverb Nation came out and MySpace they've been trying to make it the music video TV platform for you. You guys, MySpace is fucking gone. They're holding on by a thread. Nobody gives a shit about MySpace anymore. I suggest you don't give a shit about MySpace anymore.
Like, just take my advice. Give no shits. I did hear a prediction too that Twitter might, you know how retweets change this year where it becomes a card, so you have far more space to do your own commentary when you're retweeting someone, you quote their tweet. I did hear a prediction too that maybe they'll incorporate that where you could mention up to 2 to 3 people without losing your character count if you're doing some mentioning.
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. Here's what I like about, so in my Tweetcaster, I can, when I retweet, I can append the tweet. When I retweet on the Twitter interface, I can't append the tweet.
Right.
It basically just quotes the tweet, and I hate that.
Yeah.
I want to just retweet with my hashtag appendage or whatever. I don't even.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, it's agreed. And it would be nice if they give you some more control. Well, and I remember I use Hootsuite often for scheduling. It took them forever to get on the quoting, to be able to quote. And I haven't tried it on mobile recently, so I can't remember if it does it or not. But that would be huge if they would, as they roll things out, if the third-party tools that a lot of us use to manage our social accounts largely, if they would catch up with those, that would be awesome. Any other predictions for Twitter? Anyone in the sidebar want to guess anything happening for Twitter? Predictions, good or bad or ugly? Or whatevs. I love 140 characters. Don't ever change.
You know, I wanted to stay the way it is because I don't want these people on Facebook that still don't get it and want to sit there and cut Twitter down coming over and taking up my hash brown space.
Hash brown. Yeah. Agreed. All right. All right. Let's move on. Speaking of that, was a good segue, Tara. Facebook. Let's talk about Facebook.
I suck at segueing today.
No, that was an excellent segue, actually. So Facebook is rolling out live video streaming to celebs. I'm sure that'll be nifty. Actually, I saw Brian Sanzo, I think. Right, he tried it out and compared it to Periscope. We're going to get tons of people. Not only are we going to get all the opinions and things on Facebook, now people can actually do a live show on it. I think they are, Daryl. As of right now, I've been looking for ways to get on. I think right now it's rolling out still. Celebrities can do it, but not us yet. Not the little folk.
Why would they? I don't even okay.
Maybe so they can try it out, large, audiences. I mean, I think I don't know if I sent that to you or if I think I must have tweeted out earlier this week or shared it out. Now that you people who sell concert venues and stuff can sell tickets directly on Facebook now.
Yeah,
So
and we've used that for a couple of events already, but this live video, like, okay, it pisses me off when celebs get early access to shit, but these fucking people, most of them are not tech savvy. They don't,
right.
and then we end up with spew like the Kardashians kick across freaking my Instagram all the damn time. And it's all sponsored shit. So they spew this crap and then they pay for it to be boosted. So I don't even get a choice. It's going to be up in my Kool-Aid.
Right.
And I have much more valuable content than Kim Kardashian West and their kids Saint and although sidebar. Kris Jenner and I. Kris Jenner's my spirit animal. She said the other day. She said, if someone tells you no, you're talking to the wrong person, and I was like, that's what I always say. If someone tells me no, I want their supervisor. I want their boss. Yeah, we're going to go up the chain till I get what I need to get, and that's the way. That's the way I've always done it. So,
I did. So now, you like that? Did I make you spew? So. As you're getting your stuff collected there, Facebook's also rolling out shops to where if you are doing e-commerce, you can do a whole shop on Facebook. I remember I posted it's on my website too, but I posted the entire, seriously, the agreement on that looks like iTunes agreement. It's that long, but so it's very rigorous. I'm sure it's comparable to other what e-commerce sites would, Shopify and stuff would require of someone selling products and goods over Facebook, but that's coming too. So Facebook shops is a thing, and you can do that now. As far as what's in 2016, that's interesting too. They just rolled out too, that whole year in review you can post at the end of the year on Facebook. Now you can control. It doesn't really make it so like, oh, your year was awesome. Obviously, your year might have sucked. And it makes it so where you can remove bad moments or, make it so it's like, well, I don't really want to remember that moment. That was awful. What happened. So, and I wonder if they'll do more control like that as they're taking more control away by making us watch live videos. But I don't know. Facebook's and it's just going to get older. I feel like I don't know if they're trying to cater more to the younger again. Good luck with that.
So. They keep moving on, and they're adhering to things like Snapchat, Periscope, Instagram. They're getting lots of these people are onto Instagram. They're the 35-year-old women with 90 kids. That's our Facebook. That's our Facebook demographic now.
Cats, lots of cats. Let's talk about this too. Facebook for Work. They're rolling that out now to where you can do like work-based Facebook, which that's weird. I'm gonna see how that's like, but it's weird. It's weird for me because I did work at a company earlier this year, and I was always trying to encourage the staff to say, hey, when we share something, it'd be great if you'd share it too or tag it or whatever. I don't know if that'll segue over to where that encourages staff to do that. But I wonder if they're trying to compete with Slack or things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. I don't know. I don't know what else might be happening. Any other predictions on the sidebar for Facebook? Trying to think. Messenger's kind of still off on its own. I hope they don't do anything with that. I like that whole notion. And Facebook calling, even you can do through that. I don't know. Mark Zuckerberg's interesting.
I've done that Facebook calling, and it's such horrible quality.
Really? Maya butt dialed me yesterday with that.
Give out your phone number. It's perfect if you don't want to give out your phone number, but it's horrible.
Yeah.
It's bad quality.
Daryl thinks video will take off. I think live video will take off regardless. The fact that it's on Facebook where so many people are is probably going to be conducive to its popularity. I guess. I reckon. All right. Let's leave Facebook behind. Goodbye, Facebook. What about Instagram? Anything new with Instagram?
They don't change anything. I don't think so. Because it's a Facebook company, I think they're going to leave it the way it is.
Interesting question. What do you think about using Facebook only to follow brands instead of friends? Like, do you think they'd move that way? I don't know. I don't think they would, because so many people, that's how they connect with friends and stuff.
Yeah, they're not going to, I don't think they're going to move that way.
Well, and not all brands are going to be on Facebook for sure. It's just not, well, and that'll be interesting. That actually brings up a good question. If there's Facebook for work, you wonder if there would be an opening for brands who would typically be B2B, business to business, to maybe, okay, yeah, I do want to do a Facebook page now because now that's where my staff are talking. I don't know. That's curious to me. Interesting.
I would think that would be a bad business move in most instances, because you got to really vet who's running your social media. You can't just let somebody run your social media. I've run across that quite a few times in the past couple of weeks, where companies are not vetting their Twitter chat posts or the people that are running their social media accounts, and they are causing some really bad things for these companies. And I mean, I had to the point that I actually contacted one of the brands and moved up to the director of marketing just to get this escalated, because I just was astounded at how they were treating people on social media. And these are people they hired or supposedly vetted to handle something. And you don't want Joe Schmo handling your, hi, Robin's here. You don't want Joe Schmo handling your Facebook account or Twitter account, or you just don't. So,
well, I wonder too.
Even if they go that way, that would be a poor decision.
Yeah, and I wonder. I'm really curious to see. Well, and I saw another thing too, where Facebook's trying to come out with a competing tool from Yelp, like to do more reviews. I review. There are reviews already on Facebook. You can review a business and stuff. But I'm curious to see how that pans out. But if that's true, if that develops into more of a thing where businesses or, companies can be reviewed a little more robustly, if you will, on Facebook, and as well as they're doing Facebook for work and the chatting for work and all that stuff, will that start to usurp LinkedIn as being the primary, professional business to business, whatever?
Can we just get rid of fucking LinkedIn already, by the way?
Oh, LinkedIn. I don't know. Okay, let's transition to LinkedIn. So it never ceases to amaze me how few college graduates, I mean, they're ready to graduate. They're not even on LinkedIn. They're like, whatever. Not for networking or anything. And it's like, why aren't you? And I try to help them get on. And for networking, it actually is really good. And B2B marketing is where that's at. Although I feel like that's moving to Twitter more, and live video and stuff. What are your thoughts on LinkedIn? Anything new we'll see? They did hammer down on groups just recently. Yeah.
I think that in order to promote me for social media or marketing or picking my nose, you should probably actually have to have had an interaction with me. I think that's essential. I got people I don't freaking know that endorsing me for marketing, and they've never probably ever seen one of my projects. And don't get me wrong, I'm good at my job, but I'm uncomfortable with Joe Schmo in Chiang Mai, Thailand, endorsing me for thanks, Big Mom. It does its own thing. Hey, I don't like some dude in Chiang Mai telling me I'm good at marketing when I've probably never talked to him.
I've been endorsed for a word I didn't know what it meant. I was like, what does that mean? Is that what industry is that from? Who are you? For what
the hell do you endorse for that you didn't understand?
Do you think LinkedIn would dabble into live video?
I think it would be brilliant if LinkedIn dabbled in live video. I think if we could see Fortune 500 quarter statements streaming.
I love her comment.
You are, Robin, an expert in Robin.
Well, you are an expert in Robin. Duh. I'm an expert in Rachel. Terra, you're an expert in Terra.
Mine has added meanings like the earth, so no, I'm not. I think it would be brilliant if Fortune 500 companies, or I don't care, Fortune 1000, whatever, would live stream their quarterly reports. Daryl, it's gross, but I got to tell you what, having closed captioned those, it's amazing how much I learned about macro finance.
Oh, boring.
And And if you don't know about macro finance, which I think everybody freaking should, I think you should go catch a quarterly statement so you can look up the words they use and learn about big money, because then you know how it works, where it plays, what they have to use it on, where they have to answer for it.
Yes, that's true. Very good point, Robin. I know I've done that too. I was tweeting today, or rather not tweeting, sharing on LinkedIn. I was tweeting too, but sharing on LinkedIn that I was doing this today. If it's topical and it's important to your LinkedIn audience and people who, you know, hang out there, why not? I'd be interested though, you know, because they do things like SlideShare. They try to stay a little visual with that. LinkedIn still, you know, the timeline's still staying somewhat professional, where you don't really share cat videos and stuff, and that's frowned upon. But I would be curious to see if they do, if they would incorporate, you know, seeing that live video taking off and even Blab taking off, would they incorporate or try to tie in with some kind of video conferencing that you could do right inherent in the platform? I'm sorry, reading the sidebar. I'm like, what's going on over there?
Thank you. I have no response.
You're like,
no, because, you know, Daryl, we can repurpose this. So all of our blabs that I've hosted, that I started out as the host, are uploaded to my YouTube account. And after the first, we're actually going to have our Rachel and Tara channel. So we'll actually have those uploaded. And we'll be able to access those forever and ever and always. And I don't think we'll ever lose something like YouTube. Yeah, we can't really live stream much on YouTube without a lot of money and equipment. But
well, they're disabling webcam video too, January 16th. Because I was doing one, and then it just keep getting a little alert, like, we're going to disable this. I'm like, and they're referring you to go use your, you know, computer's web capture and then upload from there. Which I'm like, why would you do that, fool?
Right, which is why I'm really in love with the fact that we can just, I can laterally move my blabs to YouTube. I don't have to like download and re-upload. I can just say, no, put it over there.
Yeah, and you can do it whenever. You can do it whenever. Yeah. And that's true too. I've used with my client Kevin, we blab at 10 o'clock a.m. Mountain Time on Fridays about small business coaching, because that's what he does. And it's been great. It's 15 minutes. I get it off, and I do edit it with my software a little bit, but just adding some, you know, lower thirds and what have you. But I love it because I caught a moment with him, like a 30-second thing on last week's blab, and it was great because it just really drilled down into why he does what he does. That is content he can use whenever, you know, and we have it, and that's why the live video is great, because you get it off the cuff, and it's like that. I could have a moment captured here that will always be true, you know, and that you can reuse for content and stuff like that. So it's great. I'm reading the sidebar now. I think more and more. Yeah, I agree. Smartphones definitely make it easier too. I mean, shoot, you can pretty much do anything walking down Main Street, you know, be recording that for people. So that's totally true. And then the tools are making it easier. Be like, well, do you want to save this to your phone, or do you want to share this? And so on and so forth. So that's all true. But yeah, I agree with the comment Robin made. LinkedIn needs to do something. I don't like where they're sitting right now. I feel like and again, and this is strictly anecdotal with I'm hearing about from college grads and stuff. They're just not into it. They don't see why they should be on LinkedIn. So I don't know. I feel like
why I should be on LinkedIn.
Right.
It's never, I've been on since 2000, I don't know, 8, 7, 8, 9, whenever. And it's never, not once has it ever done anything for me. Not once ever.
I did get the last job I was at before starting my own business. I got that job through a connection on LinkedIn. But advertising on it is redonkulously expensive. I had one of my pay-per-clicks was over $5. And it's just like, why? Why should I do that? I should find other things. And that's ridiculous amount to pay. And it was just like, well, we need to try something. And this is where our people are. It's like, oh my God, no. So no, they need to, they're pricing themselves out of the market, and they need to do something. I agree. They need something that gives them like a little more relevancy to the wider audience. So do something, LinkedIn, do it. Do it now.
I think if I'm going to look for, obviously I spent years as an event planner and that sort of thing. If I'm going to go look for an event planner or event corporation, I'm probably, or corporate events, whatever, I'm probably going to go to LinkedIn first to check. But I'm also going to I'm probably not going to go first, probably simultaneously Google that.
Yeah. Right.
I kind of feel like LinkedIn is irrelevant, but I think they kind of have been for a very long time. So
they had a growth. I think they were doing okay till about a year and a half ago, and then it just kind of went, started flatlining. People are finding new ways to engage with each other. Yep.
Well,
and then
it's the weirdest thing because I'll do a contract. Like I did a contract at Hammersmith Management, and their entire marketing team contacted me on LinkedIn. Well, I'm never on LinkedIn. I mean, I'm connected to whatever 900 people that I've barely seen in 10 years or whatever.
Right.
It's like grown up Facebook, but not. I'd be much happier if you connected with me on Facebook and much more likely to interact with anything you had to say, frankly.
Yeah.
I don't sit around LinkedIn.
Yeah. And they need to, I know they just revamped their mobile app. They just need more. That's not enough. Not enough. Yeah. So jury's out on LinkedIn. Maybe they'll be relevant at the end of 2016. We'll see. How about, so I want to talk about Pinterest a little bit. I like where Pinterest is going. You can do shops on Pinterest now, and actually, again, sell your wares on Pinterest with buyable pins, so people can actually buy a product directly from Pinterest, from their app on their mobile phone. Advertising on Pinterest, if you have a visual product, is phenomenal. I love it. I think we spent $25 or thereabouts with a client who sells products on her store. She got 65,000 impressions and traffic to her website. Are you okay, Tara? I'm
thank you.
But I like Pinterest for the visibility. And again, if you're trying to coerce buying women to buy things, that's a place to go. Yeah, it really is. It really is for women.
Yeah. The demographic there is women between 35 and 75 that are affluent, which means they like to spend all that they're bringing in. Yep. So if you're looking to market to that demographic, perfection.
They have, you can, and I shared this on my really social tip this morning too, you can collaborate on boards. And I did that for last year when I turned 40. I was like, I need a new wardrobe because I'm old now and I need to get my next 40 going. I'm so old. So I invited a couple of my friends to pin to my, the next 40 wardrobe is what I called it. And that was great. Yeah, I know, right? But that was great because then they were able to add things like, oh God, I love you that you're doing that. Hello, Erin. Welcome to your first download. What's up? You'll get hooked in them. It's fast. But you can do that regardless too. Brands can do that. I think that is huge. I don't know if they tap into that or not, where they know that they can set up a board and have staff who are on Pinterest also collaborate and pin to that board. I think that's huge that they do that because people like to share their ideas and grab things and stuff like that. So I think that's huge. But predictions, what do we think Pinterest is going to do in 2016 that's different? Anyone? Bueller?
I don't know about different. I think they're going to keep moving in the direction that they're going with kind of becoming a quasi e-commerce site, I think. So,
do you think they'll try to grab men anymore? You can't do video on there. That's right.
All of the men that I follow that are on there, with the exception of perhaps one, they go on there to pin the TNA. So,
of course. Don't be so predictable, dudes. Come on. I don't know what else they would do. So like you can pin stuff.
I feel like Pinterest live video would be like infomercials is what I feel like Pinterest live video would come out as. You'd have the ShamWow guy everywhere. So
ShamWow on Pinterest. Woo!
They did do. Did you notice the new pins they did do? Did you cover this and I wasn't paying attention? The pins that move when you scroll.
No. Talk about that.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do this. I know there's a super secret Pinterest society somewhere of designers, and I think as a designer I need to know this. But there are pins that they're GIFs, but they only move when you scroll. So as you scroll, the pin becomes in motion, and if you stop, it just sits there and lands on whatever frame you landed on. But as you scroll, the pin moves.
Interesting. That is some serious advertising capability. Interesting.
Yeah, and I want to learn how to make those. I want to figure out how to do that because I could put some really fun stuff all over Pinterest. So they're called animated cinematic pins is what they called.
Wow.
What they're called. What they called, because I'm a writer for a living. Let's speak with shitty grammar. Good, go me. Jesus Christ.
Your birthday.
Here you go. Here's this. This is the so they call them animated or cinematic pins, and it's a trip. So if you do it, so you like if you go to shoes in your Pinterest board and you search for shoes, and you scroll through, eventually there's going to be someone walking or someone kicking with the shoes. But as you stop, then it just lands on the picture of the shoes. But then you scroll some more, and then here goes the shoes doing a thing. So they've got those. They've been out for almost the whole year. I wanna do this. I think it'd be a fun design thing, frankly.
I'm interested. Yeah, I feel like I don't know. I'm trying to use my brain right now, which is interesting, to try to think of like how they could do more with it. I know so for wish lists, I've used Amazon's wish list. I've used Elfster, which I hate doing anymore. It'd be cool if they could do, what if they could do like wish lists on Pinterest where you share the board with someone and it'll mark that thing has been obtained for you. So now that, that's check off that pin. That one's done because you should expect that soon. Someone got that for you. That'd be interesting too.
Even on Amazon, if you don't, because I have the notifications turned off. So if someone sends me something, I don't know that I get it, but then it's my job to go in there and say that I already got it.
Right. I had to do that on Amazon too, yeah.
Which I think is ridiculous. I think after it's been delivered, it should be removed from your wish list. I think because they tell you, Amazon tells you it's been delivered.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's too much of a step.
I would like it. It'd be cool if Pinterest, and I don't know how responsive they are right now with images and stuff, if they could, I don't know. It'd be cool if you could what if you could like orchestrate or customize and not so much on mobile because it is just a stream. What if you could orchestrate and what you want your pin board to look like when you open it on your browser, which face it, a lot of people do probably at work because
awesome.
Right? And just make it a little more like a lot of those sites where it's like, oh, I want to customize it so this widget's here and this widget's here. What if you wanted to say, well, I want to watch a board here and watch a board here? To where say I want to shop for shoes over here, but while that's refreshing and stuff, I can be watching. Oh, here's the latest Twitter stuff that's on this board that I like to see.
Right.
And
I would love that, and I would also like to be able to, when you go to my profile, I would love to be able to go, oh, I can already say, I can already put my boards in order or whatever, but I would love to be able to make it like a landing page, to be able to go. Here's where I'm pinning right now, like as a center screen, and here's my most important boards on the top left because that's where you focus your eyes first.
Yeah.
And here's what boards you can join in on my right sidebar or whatever. I would love to be able to kind of make
great.
A landing page type thing on Pinterest because there are days where I go through and pin 9,000 recipes, and then the following day I'm pinning 9,000 shoes, and then the following day I go through my blog and catch up on all the pins from my blog that I haven't pinned yet.
Right.
I think that should be a live feed immediately with boards on the sidebar instead of having to go to which pins I'm on.
I love that idea. That's so customizable and would really give some more control to everybody. And that's what people want, is they want to be able, I want to control what I see. Well, and particularly because nowadays you do get the suggested pins, the promoted pins, like, well, based on these other things is what you think you should watch. But if you did have some widgets or create your own thing, you'd be like, well, I want to control what people see first, when they happen upon my board or what have you. Yeah. I like that idea. Like it a lot. Okay. Any other predictions for Pinterest that anyone wants to share in the sidebar as I fix my strays? I don't know. I know Instagram and Pinterest, they were talking about this last year was going to be huge for them. They have grown. I don't think they've grown exponentially like people thought. But I'm curious to see where that goes for sure. Let's talk about Snapchat.
Snapchat. All right, let's Snapchat it up.
Have you Snapchat? Have you snapped?
I have snapped. I've been snapping for a couple of years now, I think.
Wish I could star your comment over there, Boris, more times. It is very much teen chat. I've snapped. I have followed some story people on Snap, like Mashup with some brands have been on there. I feel like it is a little more for celebrities, news and stuff, and then obviously for teenagers.
And here's as a blanket statement. I need a developer to give me a centralized fucking app so I can watch my Snaps, my Twitters, my Facebook, my Instagram, my LinkedIn, my LO. I am on 12 social media sites. And I need a developer to make me one screen for my phone.
Walter, hold your thought, Walter. We're talking about Instagram next. Yes, I totally agree. For all of us ADD people, it's not just about getting on a site and I can post to all my platforms. It'd be great if I could see all the platforms in the same page. Someone out there make that happen.
Right. I have Tumblr. Someone needs to do that for me because I want to have just this line of, oh, here's my status. Do I want to put that on my WordPress? Do I want to put it on my pages? Do I want to put it on my personal Facebook? I want that option in one fucking interface. I need somebody to do that for me.
And it doesn't even have to be a fucking interface. It could just be an interface. But no, it's totally true.
Wonderful, beautiful interface that I can choose a color that is pleasing to my eye. It doesn't have to be a fucking interface.
And you could even, what if one day you're like, today I care more about Snapchat and Instagram, and you star those two. Those are the two you want. The next day you're like, I'm in a Facebook mood today. So somebody in that cosmos, make that app happen so that we can have eat our cake and have it too right there, have all of our stuff. Yes, Hootsuite only lets you really monitor between tabs, and you can kind of do that. I just want something a little more attractive. It streams right now on Hootsuite, and I would like something a little more widgety.
I want a live interface. I want this happened on Snapchat, this happened on Facebook, this is where you're mentioned on Twitter, this is what you're doing on LinkedIn. This dude's stalking you on LinkedIn, this is your About Me profile, this dude totally thumbs up you. I want this a constant stream. Yeah. Because you know what, Robin, I love Hootsuite, but the tabs thing, I can't. It's too much, and I'll be sitting there and I'll be focused on one thing or one hash browns, and then have to switch to another hash browns an hour after I've forgotten about it.
Yeah, I agree. There's a better way to visually do it, and someone just needs to develop the shit out of that. Let's. I do want to talk about Instagram. Yeah, we could do that. Instagram, that is true, and Periscope's similar to this. You can only do it mobile.
You have that, Robin, and it's still not enough. Yeah. I'm still insatiable.
So let's talk about the apps that are strictly mobile. Instagram being one of them. You can't Instagram from your desktop. You only can do mobile.
This is me off.
I agree. I think it's hard. I get why. Because they just want to be strictly mobile, and that makes sense because trends are very mobile. Everything's going to full on mobile, but desktop is still a reality. You still have people who are working on a laptop or working from screens. So I do feel like they need to have, it is frustrating as hell for a marketer to be like, I need to keep our Instagram presence up. Well, guess what? That means if I didn't take a video on my own phone, I've got to email it to myself or use cloud and bring it from there. It's being so bit techie, really, Robin. Interesting.
Yeah, you can do that. And here's what I need from Instagram. I need to be able to monitor duplicate accounts. When I'm on Instagram for Crested Butte Film Fest, I don't want to have a virtual machine interface on my phone. I want to just be able to decide that that's going to be posted to the Crested Butte Film Festival Instagram or the Crested Butte Film Festival Twitter. My tablet uses Instagram just fine.
Which tablet, Walter? Talk to us about your tablet. Yeah, I can Instagram from my tablet too, and I think we have an iPad and a Galaxy Pro here, so I think they both do it. I think. Actually, I don't know about my Galaxy Pro. I haven't checked it.
My Galaxy Tab 4 works fine on Instagram.
Different social channels are like in real life. A lot of males and females have to choose when to get married.
I'm so non-committal right now.
It's true. Well, it's like we were just saying that, you can one day feel like Snapchat, one day feel like Instagram, one day feel like Facebook. It's different. Apple iPads? Yeah. Really? You're not able to Instagram from an Apple iPad? I find that amazing.
That seems ridiculous. Don't they get everything first?
Right. Usually people are like, when is Android going to get that? And we're like, we've had it. Bye. No, I have to, now I totally, where's my kid's iPad? I need to go find this out. Interesting. So
confirmed by Robin over there. Yeah,
that's right. Icona Square. That's weird. That just seems very odd to me. Weird.
That seems really stupid.
Particularly with the fact that Instagram's owned by Facebook, and why would they not make sure they're lining up with like the most prevalently bought devices, which are made by Apple, which I don't get. Older. I have an older iPad. Mine's my kid's iPad is an iPad old. 3S or something like that. It's actually, technical term is iPad old.
I'll have to check my mom's when I go to her house next to see if she can't.
No, I totally want to go check. My husband has a newer iPad, so I'm totally going to check this later and verify this. But yeah, you can't add to Instagram unless, as Robin pointed out, with a techie workaround. It would be really nice, and I don't know if they would do that like a paid thing. I don't know, but I can imagine if it were minimal amount, that'd be worth it to some marketers to actually be able to work with Instagram from a desktop computer. I would like that a lot.
Here's the thing. Here's how we combated that. Sort of like, again, I need dual account access or triple account access, or even if that's a paid feature. Even if I have to pay $5 to upgrade my stupid Instagram app,
yeah,
I have enough clientele that when I'm live at one of their things, I need that Instagram login without losing my own.
Yeah,
because I use my followers too. And but here's my workaround for. So we just dropped all the pictures in a Dropbox.
Yeah.
For the film. And then I just went and grabbed them and posted them. Yeah. That's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Work. I would love to just be able to get texted a freaking picture that I can upload. Having to tell somebody that their pictures are ready.
Yep.
Or on Dropbox so that they can go to, put them on the Instagram.
They're supposed to be rolling out on the Instagram app, which I am on actually right now. On my Galaxy, it's actually a Galaxy Note, Walter, so you don't have to have an iPhone. I love my Galaxy. But have your phone on, my backup to your cloud source. Yeah, you can do that. But you have to make sure it's shared with other people. They're supposed to be rolling out Instagram where you can hop between two accounts without logging out, logging back in, like Twitter. On Twitter, you can do that where you so I have 4 different Twitter accounts in there where I just have to make sure I'm on the right one. Which I messed up with before. But they're supposed to be doing that with Instagram.
Yeah, I feel like I need that functionality in Instagram. We have that on Facebook already.
You don't have to have your cloud open to others. She's photos within Instagram.
I don't know what you're talking about, Robin. If I have my photographer edit a photo for me, I'd rather he can take that photo from his desktop and upload it to my Instagram account.
Rather than straight from a desktop, yeah.
And have me have to upload it because I'm the one with access.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we're on the same page.
That's because I have like 5 photographers or whatever, and I would rather just have them be able to load the picture.
Yeah. Well, and yeah, it requires too. I mean, you can set those up where you have a Google Drive folder, or you have a Dropbox, or even a OneDrive account where you have access, you share all that. But yeah, it's a pain in the ass. Oh, well, Santa hasn't visited this chat yet, so he could come in. I heard Will Ferrell is the new Santa. Will Ferrell, if you're out there, I do like OneDrive. By the way, okay, let's talk a little bit about this. Cloud computing is here, and this is still for marketing and stuff. Cloud computing is definitely here. I will say I've got Windows 10, and whatever is happening with it, it's actually been really reinforcing this for me. I can't send, I've been having a lot of trouble from Outlook of Windows 10, of Outlook 10, whatever, sending an attachment to other people. They can't open it. They're like, their computer's saying it's not available. But if I save the attachment or save the file to a OneDrive and share the link with them, which is better, and I'll talk about why, which is obvious, they're able to get it. That's great because yes, you Microsoft fangirl, woo! But it is so much better to send a link to something versus sending the attachment, because then you have version control. And that is a huge thing that you always should do, always. Version control, because so many people, particularly in companies, like to say, oh, well, here is the place where we have all of our originals. All of these are these final documents. I'm going to copy that and save it on my computer. No! Stop that! Oh my gosh! Smack. Stop. People need to get into cloud computing where you are controlling the version and you send a link. Nobody should be sending attachments anymore. Okay, I am calling it into it. I want 2016 to be the year that we stop sending fucking attachments to people. And I use the F word, that's right, because I'm so mad about it. I'm preaching right now, okay? I am telling you people, stop saving local copies of stuff. Use it from a cloud-based something. One central place where it is. And thank you. I have just got off my sound. I'm going to record that, and it is recording. I'm going to save it because I can't with people. Thank you. I just got really heated. Thank you. Woo. So I get very passionate about that because I work with so many people. Like, oh, I'm going to use this version of something. Like, that was like from 6 months ago. It's wrong. Now we need to go back and delete it. So
the other thing is when I get emails back from my clients because they don't want to be on the cloud. They don't want the cloud link. It's just easier for them if they don't go to the cloud and download. And I go, what? And then they go, hey, I need an original size of that graphic. I emailed you original sizes and you just accepted the freaking link. You could just download the original freaking image.
I know. So I need I need cloud computing to just take over. Local doesn't exist. By the way, anyone who's watching this, if you are a person who saves things locally, when your pretty little laptop goes and takes a dive, the cloud still has your things, and then you don't lose everything, and then you just worry about, fixing this nice little piece of machinery while all your things are still out there. So cloud computing needs to become the world's primary driving force in 2016. I don't know why it wasn't in 2015. What else? Carbonite, yes. Thank you. Carbonite, OneDrive, all those things. We're coming up on the hour. I'm still fine to talk about stuff. Obviously, I've had my big moment where I just got really, really vehement about something. But yeah, it's important. So what other, have we talked about email marketing? Because I kind of want to talk about that a little tiny bit.
We have not covered email marketing. Can we talk about how much puke is in my inbox right now from crap I don't even remember being associated with?
Right. You can talk about that. Let's talk about that. Video guy, where are you?
Yeah, I think it's utterly ridiculous. I kind of feel like email marketing, if you're sending me an email or begging me to get to your newsletter, I sort of feel like you're grasping at a straw.
Yeah.
It feels beggy to me.
What do you think? Do you think email will stay strong in 2016, or is that going to go away or minimize at least? Is it going to become less?
I would love to see it go the fuck away, personally. Pardon my F word.
We can always believe.
I don't read it. I don't know. We really don't, Boris. We really, really don't. Not in this country. No, not for stuff like that. For communications, for one-to-one communications. But we really don't need. I don't need every blog post you post, darling. I just don't. I don't.
Okay, who in this room has used Slack? I have not, so that's a disclaimer. I'm curious as okay, Slack, yes. So I'm curious if this blah, 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 I can't even talk. Is that going to start taking precedence now as people who work in groups? Slack is taking over. I know Trello is out there too, as people are just collaborating. They're all kind of doing it seamlessly over that versus using emails. Yeah. So what I'm interested to see, so that's if people are collaborating together, but you're talking about email as like, okay, I need to actually get into that person's face. I don't collaborate with them yet. So yes, email could be a marketing tool for that, where like I need to get in your face. But then there's other things like SMS and other things like that. Are those things that could push email to the side, the conventional email as we know it, and become something different? Any thoughts on that, people?
I think marketers using email marketing need to have better judgment and boundaries and not send me every 5 seconds something they post. And I can tell you my email inbox every freaking morning. Now, these are people I have subscribed to that I want to hear out of, that are my mentors, my trainers, even my friends. And they're not making good email marketing decisions. And I get a notification every time they change a period to a comma. That's ridiculous. Make better decisions. Daryl, it's not my job to control what they're sending. It's their job. And I unsubscribe when they start changing a period to a quotation mark, and I get, oh, and sorry, we sent out the wrong letter. Oh, and we sent out the wrong letter again. Okay, make decisions. Edit your emails. Yeah, I don't always offer that. They don't.
Yeah, they
don't. I communicate. Trust me. I promise you. My whole entire job revolves around communication.
Terra does not communicate clearly.
Yeah, that's exactly what, Robin. I do. I ask, or I tell them, or then I unsubscribe. I look for a better option. Can I just get your 1 email a week? All right, now you've sent me 10 emails today. I'm going to unsubscribe. I don't need 10 emails in my inbox. I don't. And I do let them know, because they need to understand why people are moving away from them in droves, marking them as spam, just not even opening their emails, which you can check. They need to know that information. If they don't care, that's their fault. They're poor at marketing. I think sometimes, though, it's unintentional spam. I think they don't understand that they're sending me notifications every single time. And so I can't really say that Gabby Bernstein's a spammer, but I think her team needs to make better decisions on sending me emails.
I wonder. So here's what here's what I wonder would happen is, and this is strictly me thinking from how I like to engage. I have tried to unsubscribe from pretty much any automated email I get regularly, unless I'm going to go actually click and go into that site, and that's very few. Other though, I'm okay with seeing updates from other things that are in my feeds, so social media feeds. So I wonder if there's, and I feel like the technology is developing more out there where it's marketing automation, maybe not with email though. It could be with text, but it could also be like, okay, I can find you based on your email, but I see therefore that you have a Facebook profile. So instead of sending you an email, I'm going to push a post out, and you're going to see it hopefully in your feed. So thank you very much, Robin. So that's what I wonder, is if that's becoming a little more smart, where people are like, I get that you're not going to look in your email. Okay, get it. You might be watching Twitter more, or Snapchat, or Instagram. And so let me use your email address, not to email you, but to get you a message with those other things that you obviously are using. And so I wonder if that's going to be a little more, again, it's for that, I need an opening to get into your face. I'm not already in your face because I'm collaborating. We're using Slack. No, I need that email address to somehow get to you. I'm just not going to use an email. And that's what's interesting to me.
Kind of along those lines with spam, are we still auto-DMing people that follow us? I cannot believe.
Yes, people are. Don't you, anyone in this room, I want you to go turn off your auto DMs in Twitter. Now. Go.
Now.
Go do it.
Right now. I will wait for you to turn that shit off. Yes, Robin. Since I got on Twitter in 2009, could you get a little more impersonal? Again, my entire job is communication.
It's her turn.
Yeah.
It's her turn.
Yes, Robin. Yes, the blabbers. Oh my God, the blabbers. Holy crap. I seriously, I have so many auto DMs right now from people I just went and followed. And here's what that does to me. I go and follow your ass right the fuck away. If I thought you had something I wanted to see and you auto DM me, I'm done. You don't give a shit about me. I'm walking away.
So here's the irony too. I try to do at least, so I participate in hashtag media chat and hashtag viral chat on Thursday nights. I feel like every week, at least one of those chats mentions that auto DMs are not the way anymore. Stop. Yeah.
They never were the way. Where did we get this crap?
But wait, there's more. So I will follow maybe a few people from that. I inevitably get an auto DM from that. And I'm like, so we were just in a chat where we talked about why that was not good. And I'm getting that anyway. And I just kind of go, okay. I don't know what to do.
Robin, exactly that, Robin.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. I am on Twitter following you, and you want me to go follow you on Facebook? What?
Right.
About that, I'm on fucking Twitter.
So I just signed up because I'm trying to evaluate where I want to automate, where I don't. I very much like authentic engagement and stuff like that. I went and signed up yesterday just for a little thing to say, okay, I'm going to auto tweet at someone who follows me, a nice little personal thing, say, hey, thanks, here's the thing. I'm not ever going to auto DM, never, because you don't do that. I think an auto tweet is fine to say, hey, I see you followed me. That's awesome. You know, and as I'm doing that, guess what? I am publicizing to my followers that I just followed you or that we're following each other. So that's a public service I'm doing for that person on Twitter. Don't auto tweet either.
Oh, Robin, I can't. Yeah, I don't agree. I can't keep up with the amount. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I it's not inauthentic. I went into my auto tweeter and auto public tweeter, and I generated that message on my own. And it's my own sentiment, and I can't keep up necessarily with the amount of followers I get in a day to tweet them all. So I created my own. It's fine, Robin. You can disagree with us on that. I created my own message.
But at least we're not auto DMing. Let's do a show of hands, people who are in the sidebar, who does auto tweets to followers and don't. So say, yes, I auto tweet to followers, or no, I actually just manually do it once I get around to it. No, no. Okay, we're getting shouted down. Booyah.
So here's the thing. If I go, and you can see this on my Twitter feed, and yeah, Robin, you can see it, and it's going to piss you off, but it's there. It says, hey, so-and-so, thanks for inspiring me today, or whatever the hell I wrote. It's what it says, which is actually a
heartfelt.
And then if somebody responds, right, somebody goes, oh, you're welcome. I'm so happy I'm following you. Then we engage in a conversation. Frankly, that's easier for me than the 40 people this last minute that have followed me. It's a whole lot easier for me to acknowledge them in a one massive group tweet, 5 people at a time, than it is for me to individually go out and say, yeah, thanks for the follow. I appreciate my followers.
I do too. Well, and I don't know. I don't know. I guess I look at it from me. I like the acknowledgement if somebody says, hey, thanks for following me. And that's not a DM. It's like a tweet. I'm cool with that.
I'm much happier if it's a tweet than if it's an auto DM. If it's an auto DM, I will go and follow you right away. I literally will no longer follow you. You will lose one immediately. Robin,
I'm going to go follow you right now.
I don't know how I wasn't following Robin. I've known Robin for years in social media, and I have no idea how I wasn't following her. Whatever.
You still love me, Robin, though, even though you're not going to tweet at me that I just followed you. It's okay. totally feel the love. I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
Way to bandwagon Daryl. Come on, baby. That's right. Digital marketing.
You should.
What else? What have we not covered? Anyone, if you have, ask people why they follow me and if I can answer that. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea. I like that part because you are promoting the engagement.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Might still a little bit. This is a collaborative kind of effort here. Why was I just trying to give myself props? Robin, I want to give you props. Blab should do that. So it should do it where even if you don't have someone in a seat, you should be able to give that person props more than the star because I want to do the star. Anything we didn't cover as far as digital or marketing going in the future? Print, still going to be around, obviously, because there are old people. Sorry. So print, TV is still doing stuff. TV is actually incorporating, though, with digital. I can't find a TV show that doesn't have a hashtag on it. So I'm assuming that'll still be. I wonder if we'll get a little more interactive with that, though, to where they'll use, social media and tie-ins and stuff like that. I mean, you can always already see on there where they'll do a little Twitter feed or a little hashtag feed along the bottom where you can see that people are engaging. Anything else, though? Any predictions for how that'll take off more? No?
No. Here's what I'm wondering about Paperly.
I just started
Anybody
one.
read Paperly?
I just started one this week. I started one.
I haven't had mine in a few years.
You'd just be like,
I haven't had one in a few years. Here's the thing. Nobody reads the fucking Paperly. Thank you, Robin. I haven't had mine in a few years.
I'm trying it out, and here's why. This actually ties in with the conversation we were just having. I wasn't really sold on doing an email newsletter, okay? So there's that. I was like, I don't know if I want to do that where I'm sending a weekly or monthly e-newsletter out on an email. So I was like, but most of my engagement happens on Twitter. So to me, I was like, well, I kind of want a newsletter where I can aggregate stuff. So here's what I did. And I would love opinions on this. I'm open to it. Shake your head. Oh my God, what the hell? Oh my God, that's great. Whatever. So here's what I did. So I decided to do a Paperly where I was like, okay, I have it pretty specific as far as and I paid for it's $9 a month to do it where I really can customize it myself, which that's what I wanted. I wanted control. So I was able to reduce how many, categories I have. I can make sure I know and control who's going into, thanks, Daryl, who's going into each section and who's getting included, what videos, what photos. It's pretty concise, but I've also got the ability to do a video, which my intent is to do a weekly video where I do about 2 to 3 minutes and talk about that week's focus. Okay. It could be about what we're talking about on Blab. It could be about what's happening in social media, things like that. And I can embed that video in the top. So that's like a little video message from me that's different each week, but then the rest of the content is different each day. And that goes out every day, and people can subscribe by email to it to get that in their inbox. But otherwise, it's going out on Twitter and LinkedIn, and that's it. I'd love to hear feedback on that. It is 3 days old, so I have no analytics really to show anybody about that, so it's totally in testing phase. But that was my thought, because I'm like, I want this to stay, hello, Russ. I want this to stay socially inherent. I didn't want it to go into inboxes unless people wanted it that way, and that was going to be my newsletter, so I'd like to say that. That's just what I'm trying. Paperly, we'll see. I have no idea. Ross, say what's up. So anyone have a thought about the little video? Boom, SEO right there. Thank you. That's what I was hoping, and to try to see what has it.
Okay, so here's the thing. If you subscribe to my blog, you're going to get auto-generated WordPress bullshit, which I hate. But I would love for people to subscribe. On that note, if you're following me on Twitter, I follow a bunch of bloggers, and I actually have to ask for email subscriptions to these people that matter to me, like Gary Vaynerchuk or Chris Brogan, because I won't see they won't come across. I'll be staring at Twitter all day long and won't see their freaking tweets that they've got something new.
Yeah.
So this
What is that noise?
Is she echoey? Are we echoey?
So no, it's like sounds like someone's brushing against the microphone or something. Well, I can do that. That's what it sounded like, actually. Hey, Drew. What's up? There it is again. That's you. It's totally you.
I just figured out how to do it on mine.
Maybe that's me. I don't know. What the fuck? Don't give away your position. Welcome, everyone. See, now we're getting more people now that we're over time. Of course. That's how Blab works. It's like you guys all come in, you're like, I'm not going to go in right when it starts. But like, what, toward the end? Totally come in here.
15 minutes later. If we're 75 minutes in, let's go check it out, you know, because it might be actually worth something. Yeah, Drew. We don't know what you're doing here either, buddy, but thanks for joining us.
I have no idea what it, you're here because the awesomeness drew you. We're like the tractor beam of the Death Star. That's right. I just made a Star Wars reference.
We're going to suck you right in. You don't know why you're here.
Dynamic duo. Here, wait. Tara, do this. Do this. Do this, Tara. Do it. Do your fist. No, no. Other way. Other way.
What are we doing? Oh.
We're doing the fist bump on the videos.
Backwards. Why are we doing it backwards?
Work with me. Oh, I'm on the right. I'm on the right side on my screen, so that's probably why. We're walking to this room. The beard? Interesting. So, yeah, we talked about just about all the things in digital marketing and marketing.
Wonder Twin powers activate. Oh, my God.
So I'll tell you guys how my Paperly turns out. I don't know. I'm going to see. We'll try. Oh, guess what else I'm trying? So I'm trying this. I'm just going to be full on disclosure here. So I'm doing a daily Periscope and then I use part of the Periscope in an Instagram and then that pins to a thing on my Pinterest board. So we'll see if that works out at all.
Rachel,
I hate Power Rangers. My kids love those and it's the stupidest shows ever.
Wait, Rachel, when did you have 1,000? You have exactly 1,000 followers on Twitter, Rachel.
Did you not catch my Periscope karaoke yesterday? Did you miss it? You missed it. I did. I sang "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas" to my Twitter followers yesterday. Actually, Periscope, because I said I would. So it's there. I have it saved somewhere. I should share it. Wonder Twins. Yeah, I am on
Periscope. Also, Daryl, I have not Periscoped yet. So,
let's open a seat. I want to get people in. Call in if you want. I don't care. We're just free-for-alling at this point.
We were free-for-alling it an hour and 18 minutes ago. So,
Robin, you might have been the 1,000th person because as with Twitter, which happens a lot, I got 1,004-ish, and then it went back to 997, and then it went back up to 1,000. So, Robin, you were probably the 1,000th person.
Pretty much, Ross.
Robin, bringing you in.
Robin, we get Robin. Robin with Robin's World.
Hello. You know I had to jump in when you opened the seat. Oh my God.
So wait, I want the actual shaking of the head at us. Shake your head.
No, no. And I'm not talking about content. I'm just talking about auto tweeting or auto DMing, either one, new followers. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And I respect that. I just followed both of you on Twitter because I wasn't following either. And I sent you a real live tweet and not an auto tweet.
Right, you did. But Robin, you and I have been social media girlfriends virtually since Dabney started that whole social media girlfriends thing. So we've been interacting for years and years and years.
Yes, we have, and we weren't following each other on Twitter. What the heck was that?
I don't know.
You missed some people.
Oh, we need Ross too. Here comes Ross. Yay, Ross.
Ruth.
Hi, Ross.
What's up, ladies?
What up, yo? What's up, ladies?
Look at that last pass. Do you work for them, or are you just a fan? Or just got a free T-shirt?
Just a fan and got a free T-shirt. So they know I love them over there, although they sold off. So far, haven't seen any kind of weird changes or anything. I love it as a tool, though. It's amazing, actually, how many freelancers aren't using any password manager really.
Who bought them?
I can't remember who it was. I want to say it was. I thought it was somebody in like another company bought them, and like I want to say Korea, but maybe I can't. Maybe I'm remembering wrong. There's too much data going in here and out there.
Understand.
Data leak. No, but if anyone hasn't tried them, they're great. I mean, I don't get paid by them or anything, but I just believe in them. Great way to set up if you're managing a bunch of different accounts. As a growth hacker, I hate clicking extra clicks if I can avoid it. So it's like anything that's faster and easier, I am with it.
Log Me In is who bought them out.
There we go.
Okay, Log Me In. I know who that. I think.
Never heard of them.
Great plug. Yeah,
I've heard of LastPass, but I've never heard of Log Me In.
LastPass is really good in the sense that the way it's designed with folders and everything, you can have all your clients just there. And then it's just like blip, all of their logins and everything that you need in one place instead of looking through emails and going, oh, I need to get into that one place and not remembering how to do it.
And I don't log into customer accounts. I don't tweet on their tweet or Facebook or Instagram on anybody's behalf. I only do it under my own name. So for me, but still, I love LastPass.
I'm the mini face man. I could be the one that's curating a women's shoe board on Pinterest that is crushing it. So you never know where the beard is.
This is my LastPass. These are all of my usernames and passwords for everywhere on the internet. I work from home, so it's secure. Wow. It's not like I work in an office.
That is the first pass. This is LastPass. That was first pass.
No, this is my baby. And if there's a fire in my house, I'm taking this.
Oh my gosh!
This is what I'm taking.
She pulls out a stone.
I don't have a Rolodex, but I have
I feel like that's on a BuzzFeed somewhere. This is something from long ago, children.
Exactly.
No, it's still Rolodex is still an important thing, and I swear by it. I don't get hacked. I don't get all that other stuff, and I can go in and I can change the password as much as I want. I just cross out the old one and just write in the new one. And if I haven't, and I put the date when I've changed the password. So next time I go in there, I'm not kidding, so that I know if it's been too long since I've changed the password for something, it's time for me to change again. I'm not kidding. And my son and my husband, I both got them using Rolodexes.
I'm a little in awe of you right now.
And if you want to share, then you just actually share it physically. Here.
I do. And you know what? I have an extra one of these little cards that I keep in my wallet that has like
put it on your phone.
It has my hosting information.
That's amazing.
You tease me. I don't care. You know what? As techie as I am, I love tech stuff. I do. And you guys were talking earlier, and I'm like, no, you can do this on your computer. You can do this. You can do this. I do all of that stuff, but that's where my usernames and passwords live. And they're very happy and well taken care of over there.
This is why I switched to this.
In support of Robin, I also haul. I have a very similar thing.
See, I just click it and then it turns over and I got other information
That's so
there.
funny, Ross. Oh my God.
This is a drop down menu right here. So you click it and then the menu drops down and you get more information. I'm with you. I love this. It's kind of
you know what it is? It's pay-per click. Get it?
Yeah, exactly.
Get it? Pay-per click.
But you know what? That's the thing. As much as I love technology and I use technology every single day for so much of my life.
Yep.
They're just like Tara just showed. I still have paper. I still have notepads. I still have books. I still have Post-it notes. I still have all those things because sometimes I just need to visually be able to see them without clicking on something else.
Yeah.
And
see,
so
when I want to send an emoji, there it is. Send it to my
phone. There you go. Do you know what though? Okay. How many of you guys do this when you're writing a handwritten note to someone, a card, a letter, whatever? do you put the emojis in there? So I do the side face smileys in written letters. And I'm like, what am I doing? Every time I do it, I'm like, what the hell?
I record hashtags and emojis. I record them.
I did that with my grandpa, and before he passed away, he was not online, and I sent him cards and little notes and stuff all the time in the mail. And I did that one time. I put the little sideways thing, and the next time I was up to visit him, he's like, "What the hell is this, Robin? I don't know what that means." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Grandpa." I said, "This is a smiley face when you're online." And I also put LOL in there, and he didn't know what that was, and I had to explain that to him.
Robin, are you stuck giving him props? Look at that. Just props. No,
you know what? It is stuck. I'm not doing that.
No. I've earned those. Those are mine. I earned them.
Look,
Ross got the
I'm not clicking it. I'm not clicking it.
I am still. Oh, so now we're back. See, the whole thing came full circle. Now we're back to automation.
It's my paper. It's my paper is doing it automatically.
The little brace in the machine are like, I'm running. The original
whole new meaning behind the hits.
Okay, there we go. Now it's doing it to you, Tara.
Oh my gosh!
I clicked once on you, and now it does it. All right, I'm going to come to you too, Rachel, since it's going nuts with me. I will come to you in just a minute. Hold on, we got to let Tara catch up a little
bit. Right there. Click it. Click it right now.
Okay, there you go.
It's over here. It's right
there you go.
I sort of feel like this is karma for the no auto public.
I swear I'm not doing anything. I don't have anything installed that makes it auto do this. It's just look, this is my mouse. I am not clicking it. I am not clicking it. By the way, this is one of the best mice ever.
Oh, I love those. Yeah, I love those.
I'm just getting props forever. This is awesome.
Yep. I'm gonna switch back. Okay, now I gotta switch back to Tara for a little bit. But I've been giving you guys props the whole time. So
thank you.
Because I honestly, ladies, I have truly been enjoying this blip, as you can tell, because I've had so many comments over the side before I came on air, right? And I agreed with you and I disagreed with you, and I look, you got a happy family.
My son just sent that to me.
Yay! You know what? I love when my son is 21 and does not live at home, and I love when he sends me happy faces or little things like that. You know, he called me the one.
Cell phone.
You're so funny. He called me one day when I was traveling.
He's like, Dad.
I know. I was going through airport security, so I couldn't answer my phone. And I got back, so I went and I had some time and I called him back and I'm like, what did you need? Because he didn't leave a voicemail. He says, I knew you were leaving town today, Mom, and I just called to say I love you and I hope you have a good trip. And I was like, aw. I know. I kept waiting all day for him to text me for money or something, like he was building me up, but nothing. And I was like, that was so sweet. I love you.
Nice, Bubba.
I know. My good little boy.
You have to refresh the palette every now and then, so you purposely don't ask for money so that it throws a confusion.
You know what? And that's okay. That's okay if he does that, Ross. I'm kind of good with it. He asks for money enough of the time so that I'm happy that when he doesn't do that. And he's expecting twins in April. I'm going to be a grandma. Can you believe that?
Wow. Look at me.
I'm going to have twins. Rachel is just fascinated with all of her props happening there.
You're on the wrong side, Rachel.
I don't know why it's doing
Everything's backwards.
Is it really?
Yeah. I'm not doing it on purpose. Like I said, here, I just am changing every once in a while to give everybody some love. Ross, you're up next. Don't worry.
I love that. She just perpetual props forever. So, well, any other predictions for 2016 marketing? What's happening?
What did you cover already?
Everything.
We did blog, Twitter, Facebook,
video.
Agreed.
Yeah, earlier on Cloud Talk, they were talking about predictions. I don't know if you caught that one.
I saw that he was doing one. I'm like, he stole our topic. That's okay though.
But
Yeah, no one else does predictions this time of year for the next year ever.
Yeah, no.
They all stole it from you, Rachel.
That's right. I should copyright it. I'll be like Donald Trump and just trademark everything. No.
Oh, you mean okay? I know. I'm not gonna go there. Okay.
No. No. Yeah. No. Whatever.
Got it.
I might be moving from the country, but it's okay.
Move away from politics.
That's right. So live video for sure. I imagine that tech on all the devices is just going to get better and better for easier live video access for people to do. Maybe microphones will get a little cheaper and more expensive for people to use on their devices. Maybe.
Yeah, I think one of the big things for business, we were talking about business earlier, as far as, and I think it's different for regular market and business. You know, one of the things I brought up in that conversation was that social media is going to be a big trend in 2016. Now, everyone was like, what? Wait, because they were trying to talk about what was next. And what I think some people don't get is the fact that it's actually about adoption. And so, you know, when businesses still haven't gotten the value out of social media, so everybody wants to talk about what the early adopters are doing, but they don't make up the bulk of business. And the fact is the adoption curve keeps everybody, live streaming. It's like, no, you're not going to see widespread live streaming in regular mid-sized businesses.
I disagree.
I think you'll see some, certainly it'll get bigger than it was this year. But when you're looking at the whole market, you know, people always talk about what's cutting edge. Cutting edge is never in the middle of the market.
I agree,
that's
but
just a whole nother market.
But I don't know that live streaming is cutting edge anymore. That's what I'm saying, is that I don't agree with, and I think as brands and companies, so as brands hire consultants and as brands embrace influencers, and influencers are early adopters of all this technology. And that's where they get that rising star. And that's what happens with them. And I think that the influencers really are going to, sorry, just had to switch off you, Ross, with my clicks, my automated clicks, whatever's going on there.
Oh, just because I said that.
No.
I don't get any problems. I get it.
You were at 3,000.
I see what's going on.
But working so I have been what is considered an influencer for many years. I am not like the big blow up kind, but I have a very strong audience and I've been talking about my life. I'm very real online. This is what you see here is what you see in person, is what you see on my Twitter feed, Facebook, everywhere, right? And Tara, you've known me for a long time, right?
Yeah, a long time. Yeah.
Have you ever seen me be anything but this?
No.
And I pride myself on that. I love when I meet people in person for the first time or on video for the first time. And they say, oh my God, you are totally like your Twitter feed. You're exactly what I expected. And I'm like, awesome. That's what I'm going for, right?
Yep. And that's what I get that too.
Right.
And
that's the thing. There are a lot of people who aren't. So I know all of us have met people that we've known online for a while and we meet them in person finally and we go, oh, they are totally not the same person. I have a friend who I love online. In person, I really don't love her so much, you know? I mean, it just is the way it is.
Wait. No, I have a few people like that also, Robin, and actually that little circle of friends that we started out with way back in 2008, 2009 with the social media girlfriends. There's a couple of them that I've met in person. I'm like, okay. And then there are people that I've met recently that are spectacular and exactly how they were online. So,
right. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Boris, I just want to add, Boris had that question on the side. Video is much more addictive, so it's a good model for monthly paid services, cloud-based space services, storages, live streaming. Don't you think, guys? It's addictive for sure, but not everybody can do video. I mean, and you have to really, I've had to convince a couple of my clients to even try video. They're like, oh, I don't know. And I'm like, no, please, especially if you know them in real life and you're like, you're perfect for it.
But Rachel, you had to convince them before to use Twitter, to use Facebook, to use everything else.
Totally
and that's the thing, is that we all have been there And we're still doing what there's still companies we're still trying to convince about Twitter.
Right.
And they don't understand it's not a broadcast channel.
Right.
And, I mean, I know it's leaning that way, but it really, the people who are doing well on Twitter are really, with the exception of celebrities, are the people who are interacting with people.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. And it's the same, it's ACE. I keep saying this. I've said this so much the past week. This is social media.
Yes.
Social is the big word. Media is the small word.
That's right.
Right? If you want regular media, advertise on TV, in a newspaper, on a billboard, whatever. But social media is getting to know the people behind the brand, the company, whatever it is. I'm my own brand, so that's me. But if I worked for a company, it's showing the people who make up that brand, who's working in the store, who is packaging up my orders, who is, in the personnel department, whatever. You have to get those people involved and behind your brand and make it more personal to the everyday user.
And I think that's so key. And we're going to run into companies, all of us are, who can't stomach it. They want to put on a totally different persona than they really are. They're going to have a problem. And I always love, and I love the quote from The West Wing, which is one of my faves because Aaron Sorkin wrote it. But where the guy, I think it's Toby's character, says, I had him tell the truth, or because if nothing else, it was the easiest thing to remember. Because you can always fall back and say, what's true about me? What's true about us? I'm always going to go with that instead of trying to just spin and pipe and everything. And I think that is insanely inherent to social media, and that people are going to sniff out the fake real fast. So it's incumbent upon anyone who's going to use social media marketing to be social and therefore be authentic. And that's got to be the name of the game.
Totally true. And so for me, I've been a mommy blogger, a mom blogger, a lifestyle blogger, whatever you want to call it now. Please don't call me a mommy blogger.
No.
I don't like that term. Because
as long as you don't call me a social media guru. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be a guru either. I'm not an expert. I am a specialist. So that's the term that I use, social media specialist, because that is what I do. And I specialize in that. And I'm okay with that. I'm not saying I'm perfect at it. But these bloggers, there are bloggers out there who will take any and everything that's offered to them. They will take any free. They will take any paid amount. They will put in a link for $5 on, an old post and stuff. And it does degrade bloggers as a whole.
Oh, yeah.
But it screws up everything.
But it does. But the thing is that the bloggers who are truly being authentic and true to themselves and saying no to so many places and so many companies, which is what I do on a regular basis. I'm like, no, that's not me. I don't have any connection with that. It doesn't work for me or my readers. Those bloggers, even though they may not be as popular as, say, Ree Drummond, Pioneer Woman or something like that.
Right.
They still have an audience that believes in them and respects them and trusts them for their, for what they say. And they come and ask us questions. Even if we haven't blogged about it or tweeted about it or Facebooked about it or Instagrammed about it, they go, hey, they'll send me a private message. Hey, Robin, I know you haven't talked about this, but do you have any experience with this brand or this company? Do you think it's a good gift to buy? Do you think it's a good product to buy or whatever? And I will tell them if I have any experience personally. I may have not shared about it because it was negative. I'll tell them, right? Mm-hmm. Right. And so I think it's building that authenticity. It means so much in the social media world. And that's where influencers come in, is that their audience believes them. And again, celebrities are taken out of that queue because that's a whole other thing.
Mm-hmm. Tara, what about you from a blogging standpoint? Are you pretty much can affirm everything she was saying too, just about it's tough?
I absolutely am going to confirm everything that Robin says. When somebody just randomly takes whatever somebody offers them, it devalues the work that I do. But like Ree Drummond, let's be honest, she got where she was at by being discerning, by saying, I'm going to share my frickin' recipes, and I'm going to be very specific about who gets to advertise and who I talk to.
I totally agree with you, Tara. I wasn't dissing Ree in any.
No. And I wasn't meaning to come at you like you were. I just was clarifying to people that she got where she is because she was discerning and didn't just take the first fork that was thrown at her because it was shiny.
Exactly.
She said, no, I think that there's a better thing out there for me, and I'm going to go work for the salad fork, not the big salad serving fork, not the little tiny dessert fork.
She works with Land O'Lakes. I totally believe she uses Land O'Lakes butter all the freaking time. Yeah. She works with Walmart. I believe she shops at Walmart all the time. I got no problems with her, and because I think she is very authentic. And I've met her in person a couple of times, and she does seem very, very nice and likable. And she's actually quite shy, which is what confuses me sometimes, is that she's so shy.
And there's a dichotomy. I think she's a television personality because of her blog. This is not the other way around, right? We're talking. She made herself into something that would be available on TV, which is kind of where I'm going with you and Rachel, versus Rachel Ray or any of those guys
who were on TV.
Right. And do you think I think that Rachel Ray shops at Ross or TJ Maxx? I'm not for a second. I don't think she shops at Kohl's.
That's like Finger Hut. So Finger Hut commercials on TV, I've noticed lately, they have certain brands, and Rachel Ray is one of them. Rachel Ray is not shopping at Finger Hut. I don't care who you are.
I want Ross to stop typing. I want you to talk about I'm going to ask Ross 2 questions. A, what would you most like to be endorsing, because then you get free things? And then B, what is your favorite beer?
Oh, look at that. Throwing the hardball questions out. All right. Clearly, they were out to get me.
Well, you're just over there
getting more water. But I can answer that question,
and
too.
It's my clicky keyboard here. Actually, just got this gaming keyboard. I'm a big-time gamer, but it's clicky. And
I'm a hard typer too, Ross. I totally understand. My son, and my husband know when I'm pissed off because I'm like, yeah, I know, I got it.
So, companies that I would like to rep. And here's the funny thing. Just like LastPass, a bunch of companies have sent me some different things, but all of them, or I've reached out to them and told them and talked to them about something. And generally, for me, that's like stuff I use. So like I can sit there and tell people, wow, yeah, you can look on my computer and see my browser that I use LastPass. So so there does have to be some congruency there, and I think you want to have something to say about it. And so there's stuff that I'm a very picky person as far as everything I have is particular the way I wanted it, because I did the research and that's what I wanted and that's what I got. And so, like, those type of maven type people, when it comes to products, like, I can go through my whole house and say everything and tell you why that's better than everything else that I was looking at. And so when you get those type of influencers or whatever a person wants to call them, the fact is that that's going to line up with the brand. And that's what has to happen. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If someone wanted to hand me some kind of corn syrup garbage thing or something, you were talking about food. As a foodie, I don't eat that. So I couldn't tell you, hey, go buy Doritos or something, because I don't eat that type of food. So it's like,
I eat Doritos. Doritos, you can send me some Doritos.
Exactly.
Sorry.
So as far as who I would like, I like quality.
Ulta Bare Minerals. So
I like quality. So to me, technology stuff, like actually, I don't know if Verizon is, I might be getting hooked up with them, or love something from Samsung. I use their product.
Okay, Ross, I worked with Verizon for like 6 years. I work with Samsung. I've worked with all of them. So we'll have to connect afterwards.
Nice.
Yeah, because Samsung, and
No, Verizon. Verizon.
You know what?
Verizon.
Mobile is a scruffy little kid there at the park.
Is it a scruffy Nerf herder?
No, I'm not saying it in a negative way.
I'm going to go to bat for T-Mobile over here, because you guys are, Robin, you're on the East Coast-ish,
I'm Midwest, St. Louis.
Denver.
Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the thing about Verizon here. It literally is the shittiest service anywhere.
Okay, where are you at, Tara?
Denver.
Robin, Rachel and I are in Colorado.
Okay, and
I've lived in, I've also lived in Arizona. I've tried Verizon for my business line on several occasions over the years, and I literally lose service 5 times as much as I do with T-Mobile.
And I totally agree with you that where you live always makes a big difference, right?
Yeah.
And you have to pick the service provider that works best for you.
Yeah.
For me, it really is Verizon. When I started working with Verizon, my personal account was on a different carrier. And I was carrying around 2 devices, one on the other carrier, one on Verizon. And everywhere I went, I had a signal on Verizon. I got nothing on my other carrier. And so I changed over to Verizon, and I've worked with them for many, many years now. And I do believe it's a quality service. But if it's not in the area you're in, I don't expect you to go for it either.
You gotta call it as you see it. And here's the thing. There's 2 things I would add to that. I know we diverged for a second, but here's the thing. With Verizon, number one, you have to see, okay, if you can get all the services and they were all the same and you tried them all, how would you rate it there? Number 2 is looking at the history. So even if we go back, I was doing smartphones back when the first Palms came out and all this, and the coverage back then was superior for Verizon, and it's always been consistently that, everybody else had little coverages and stuff. Now, that being said, T-Mobile, I give them the respect because even though I actually haven't used their service, I can see that they're one of the people who are willing to be on the edge and say, you know what, we're not first place, so we're going to go out there and disrupt things, and we're going to offer things that, in a way, in reverse, they start to set the standard for what the big guys feel like, oh, now we have to do something, because they're that third piece which is trying to say, hey, use us. And so we got to offer more to compete with the bigger guys.
And
I kind of have to agree with you right now on that, Ross, because I have had the God plan with T-Mobile for my personal line since 2004, which means I'm literally unlimited everything, and I'm still with 2 devices only paying $70 a month. They don't shut my stream down. I literally have.
And your phone never dies.
Well,
it's the God plan.
But
it is the God plan.
It's God plan. And unfortunately, for me, T-Mobile overtook Verizon as the top wireless provider in the last poll, and I was devastated, honestly. But Verizon will come back. I'm not worried about that. But Tara, I totally agree with you. It really depends on your location. And even though I love Verizon as much as I do, where my lake house is, Missouri has this big hole for Verizon in it. And it happens to be where my lake house is. And it makes me crazy. And I tell them all the time, the powers that be, I'm like, you guys I've got a farm up there. Let's put a tower on my property. I don't care. I want better Verizon service up there. No, not Plainside Video says Table Rock. No, Mark Twain Lake up in northern Missouri, up kind of in the Hannibal area, is where I'm at, actually. But Verizon.
Let me tell you something about Sprint shit coverage. Sprint is
the only one represented in this conversation. Everybody here loves Sprint.
T-Mobile God, Sprint shit. I love that. So
here's the thing. I would honestly, I would go with Verizon. If I would be with Verizon if they had decent service in Colorado, Arizona, New Mexico, mountain states. I would do that. T-Mobile sucked ass in Florida when I was there. It was the worst coverage ever in Florida. But the thing is that there's not, because we can't have monopolies in this country, we're not going to have one carrier to cover them.
So
it's not going to happen.
Okay, first of all, before we keep going, Ross, what's your favorite beer?
Favorite beer? I'm going to say, if I just had one to always drink, I'll go Firestone Walker, their anniversary 14. If I had one beer, but I mean, as a general imperial stout style, like their Parabola, I'm an imperial stout guy, so it's a blended. Their anniversary is like 5 or 6 blended aged beers. It's like it comes in a box. When you're ready to have one of the best beers you've ever had, then you're gonna pay $20-some for it, but it's gonna be an experience. Other than that, I would say creme brulee from Southern Tier, which is just an amazing beer.
That sounds
Amazing.
fascinating.
You can smell it at arm's distance. It's like
That sounds fascinating. It's like
A+ beer.
Nice.
So
Nice,
we
nice,
were just hashing back and forth, obviously, about cellular plans. But what about, so again, bringing this back to marketing, let's talk about mobile. You know, everybody's going mobile and stuff. This is actually pretty relevant considering that we all have to have a plan that works. I mean, we've all been stuck in that position where, oh, I've got so many things to do. Crap, there's no 4G here or something like that. One specific example is here in Colorado. Red Rocks Amphitheater is a huge, big venue where you get a ton of concerts or events, and it's really cool to be there and like have a big group and stuff. There is no signal inside the actual seats. Like you have to be at the very top, which means you have to go up and pop your way, or down at the bottom. But that's what I wanted to talk about too. It's like with mobile being so important for marketing as well as receiving those messages. It seems like the players out there are insanely important to us as well, because it's like you have to have something reliable to be able to get that stuff out there. You can totally kick your own ass by going to an event. You're like, ooh, I've got this big event. I got no signal. How am I going to do it?
That's right. Red Rock needs to work on that and install.
I can actually speak at length on this because
she can actually.
I do have service at Red Rocks. I can text and post from under the tunnels under Red Rocks. So you not getting signal, I'm not sure why that is, because I can actually get signal back.
All right, are you guys both T-Mobile? Didn't you guys just say you're both T-Mobile?
I'm T-Mobile,
okay.
And I can't get it. Sprint, never, nothing, no.
That's not right that you're both on the same carriers, and that's gonna. So, what kind of phone do you have, Sharon? What kind of phone do you have, Rachel?
I have an S4, and you have the Tab.
I have a Galaxy Note 4, actually.
Yeah, Galaxy Note 4, and I have a Galaxy
you're both
S4.
Samsung, so it should be working. Okay. So that's really interesting that you guys are having different difficulties with it. And Rachel, I'm going to suggest to you when you go to Red Rock, put it on airplane mode for a few moments and then turn airplane mode off so it finds the closest signal to you as soon as you come off.
The tower, Rachel, is above is right above the restaurant at the top. The tower is sitting right up there. The tree.
Totally going to try it. Totally going to try it.
So it's not a Red Rock issue. It's a Rachel issue. But Rachel, you shouldn't. That's the thing with cellular plans, wireless plans, whatever you want to call them. We should not be having these issues in major cities, especially suburbs, major event places and stuff, and even stores, right? So stores, a long time. You know, they have the big giant stores and there's lots of metal in the building and it kind of messes up people's signals. The good store, Target is a great example of this. Target has enabled, great, their own network within the stores. And it makes you get a great signal because I know I'm one of those people when I go to the store, if I see something new and I'm not sure about it, I'll hit, my phone and I'll scan the UPC code on a product and pull up reviews of it to see, do I really want to buy this or not? See if I can get a different price, whatever. And Target, I think, has been one of the best retail stores for doing that.
Here's a piece that's important for this, which is that part of that here, this is not related necessarily directly to their business. But
I'm going to refresh real quick, guys.
Go ahead.
I'll be right back.
If it affects their customers, this goes into branding. Like people always think that, oh, this is my brand and all that. But no, if I go to your store and I'm irritated because my phone isn't working, I'm attaching that through association to your being in your store. It has nothing to do with you. It's not your phone. It's not your service, but it's everything. So when you think about branding, everything that is associated, even in the environment at which your shopping is affecting your brand, and how much of that you can manage, that's what you got to do. You got to manage all those details. So I just want to throw that in there as far as business.
Well, that's totally relevant. Totally relevant. Yeah, they should pay. Really, it's mobile is marketing anymore, and everybody needs to wake up to that and be like, what can we do to facilitate this? What can we do to make it friendly to people, to let them share if they're in our venue, and make sure they're happening, and if they're having trouble, have a person there who can help them troubleshoot that. I mean, that seems like a no-brainer. It just enable people to keep that conversation going. It's hugely important.
Yeah, think about events and things like that. At the end of the day, that comes into play. You can't neglect any of these things, because it's going to affect your overall experience at that event. And people, with social media, it's the same way. You have to think about your marketing holistically that way, and think about, okay, where am I, what's going on, what's being associated with my brand, and all that stuff, because it's going to come into play, and you have to manage all those details. You have to go outside your business, and that's where, actually, going back to the predictions part, that was one of the things that I had said in the Cloud Talk one, was I said, you know what, it's coming back down to the individual. And that seems silly, because all marketing business is always about scale, about numbers and all this. But when you take big data, predictive technologies, all this kind of stuff, it's really going to bring back, and hopefully, you know, I've said it's ridiculous. I've said it so many times, that in business, that the customer really is irrelevant for the most part in business. Like, you got your product, you ship it out, you mass broadcast, you do all this, the money starts churning in. Why in the hell would I want to talk to one of my customers? And the reality is that there's great power in there. And when businesses eventually wake up and realize, and that goes for the internet, social media, wire people, the whole idea of influencers. Why? Because there's somebody out there who has something interesting or quality to say that you've never heard from before. And that's why they become an influencer, because all of a sudden we've opened it up and we've said, hey, all these people who were standing in the crowd, but hey, did any of you guys crowdsource everything? I mean, when you look at the core patterns, this is what's happening, is that you're finding the quality of, among the masses, and individualizing that and seeing the value of an individual again.
Boris, I don't think it's mobile versus video. I think it's some combination together. It's mobile video. I think that's where we're at.
Well, mobile's happening video's happening because of mobile largely. I mean, people are able to broadcast Periscope, Meerkat, any of that stuff. They're using a mobile device to do that. So that's making it not necessary for people to go buy a GoPro or go buy another device to do it. They can do it right from a smartphone that gets them the optimal quality.
Flip cameras, right? Flip cameras were so big for so long, right? I had, I don't know, 3, 4, 5, 6 flip cameras around here. And I don't need that anymore. I can do that all from my phone. I don't need that. I can do it from my tablet too. My husband took one of them and camouflaged the painting on it and attached it to his bow for when he goes bow hunting. And he's happy with that. But it's just, you know, you don't need all those things. And like GoPro, I mean, it's very cool. But it's very expensive, right, Rachel? And my husband thinks he wants one, but I'm like, honey, you can do that with your phone. Because I saw
GoPro, shout me out here or something.
No. And I'm not anti GoPro, because it does have some other features. If you're very active, very outdoorsy, in the water, things like that.
Right.
I really.
Or if you have kids.
Right.
Actually,
I think that has some great qualities. Right. Yeah, but my husband really doesn't need a GoPro. He wants one, but he doesn't need one, and I'm not getting one. Because of what I do, because of my work with Verizon, I get the brand new flagship phones all the time. He's using an HTC One M9 right now. I mean, it's a flagship phone. He doesn't need anything else. He doesn't do that much outside where he needs it.
Right.
And so that's the thing that, you know, I do try to talk about with my followers is, what do you actually need? Mm-hmm. So I love the coolest, latest, newest, best of everything. Because that's what I do for a living. I talk about this stuff. But not everybody needs it, nor can everybody afford it.
Right.
And I really try. I'm bad about pricing on things, but I really do try to encourage people to stay within your budget. Don't get the latest and greatest iPhone just because it's latest and greatest. If you can't afford that monthly payment on your wireless bill, don't go get it. It's okay. Stick with the one you have.
Well, and for video, anyone watching, really, if you have really good audio, so you would want to invest in a microphone and make sure you have good audio. And if you have a remotely decent picture, that's really all you need, and some planning and stuff, and try not to say a lot. But I want to address plain sight video, which actually, let me click on you so I actually say your name. Plain sight video. But I don't see mobile. Mobile shouldn't be competing with video. Mobile should be accommodating video. Any mobile anything, mobile apps, mobile services, mobile data plans, all of that is expanding. And you'll notice that even mobile data plans, they're expanding so they can accommodate video streaming. So it's not so much, poundy typing, but it's not so much competing with the video. I think they're trying to be like, crap, video's here. We need to make sure we can accommodate video so that our people buying our devices can get to it easily. So that's what I think we're looking at. As far as mobile, I don't see mobile being versus video at all. I think mobile and video are very much going to go hand in hand. That's my opinion.
To kind of add on to the end of that, the reason why, and I agree, mobile is the reason video works on mobile is because it's a density of information. So if you take the short attention span and then you take the need to actually read something, mobile is perfect for video, because in a 1-minute video I can get thousands of words worth of content just like that, and I don't even have to pay attention to it. I get the audio, I can get the visual cues if I want. It absolutely is the perfect medium, and that's why it's not a coincidence you see all these companies moving towards live streaming, which is really just really mobile video for the most. I mean, we think of it as live on a desktop, but the reality is when you look at the data, you'll see that not many people are doing everything on their desktop anymore. That's not where people are at. So
it's really convenient. It's when I visited. I went past the Mississippi for the first time ever in my travel-y life, and ended up in Florida, and I stood in the Bermuda Triangle and took video of the ocean being angry, and it was the most beautiful thing I ever saw, and I got exactly a minute to upload of it. That's a thing. That's a thing that needs to happen. Even if you don't give a flying crap about my experience, or that it was my first time past the Mississippi, or my first time in the Atlantic Ocean, or whatever it was, that's a thing. I need to be able to share that with people.
Right.
Now, not when I get back from Florida.
I love that you didn't disappear in the Bermuda Triangle, Tara. I would be sad if you had gone.
Oh, and I actually was standing. It would have been very sad. I was standing there, and I was looking at the map, and I had my GPS on, and I turned around and looked at my friend Scott, and I went, I'm pretty sure I'm in the Bermuda Triangle right now. And he's like, you are, in fact, in the Bermuda Triangle. So it was the coolest thing.
Guys, I'm actually going to skate. It's been fun 2 hours, but I'm going to go do some things.
Yeah, I got stuff I got to go to, too. Because we should have these two on again. We should all have, a whole big old hour of Ross and Robin.
That's right.
Just yell. I'm
whenever,
yeah.
We do this
just ping me
on Thursdays, and we'll get on with you guys soon.
Awesome.
All right, I'm going to turn off the recording.
Great.